you know, like in the fantasy suite. You can sleep with one girl, or you can sleep with three girls, you know, or whatever you want to do, you know, whatever you know, as a couple you decide you want to do. But you also know there's a rose ceremony coming up. What are you going to do? You sleep with all three of these women. What are you going to do when you have to look somebody in the eye, and the night before, you know, you made love to them, and then you're sending them home? And I didn't know who was going to go home, and so I wasn't willing to rip that away from her. You know, I mean, it's one of those things. Just you know, minimizing regret. And I don't know what I would say looking into her eyes and putting her in a limo, saying, you know, because it could have been Vienna, Tinley, or Gia. It just happened to be Gia. You know, but I made the decision at the rose ceremony. But you know, I didn't. You know, I'm so glad that I didn't have to have that conversation. You know, kind of what disgusts me is these women. They come here and they're in your living room every Monday night, entertaining. And I don't care what rumors are out there, nobody gets paid. You don't get a stipend, you don't get AFTRA, you don't get SAG, you get nothing. You get to go to some pretty cool places, but they're living off their savings, and paparazzi is parked in front of their yard and offering ex-boyfriends all kinds of crazy money, and if there's not a story there, they make something up. And I can't talk to them about it, but I feel bad. I feel because there's nothing wrong with Gia, there's nothing wrong with Tinley, and there's nothing wrong with Vienna. If you go back 20 years, I'm sure you have offended somebody. But you start waving a $100 bill in somebody's face, they're going to say whatever they got to do to get it in their pocket. It was maybe a little offensive to me that, you know, when I would sit there and listen, you know, I would ask them, what exactly? Did you hear that? That's what they would say. Nothing. Well, we just don't like her. Why? What has she done? Tell me exactly what she's done. Well, it's just, you know, her attitude. And I'm like, well, what has she done? What has she done to you? And nobody has been able to tell me anything she's done wrong. Nothing. There were a couple of moments that were uncomfortable. When Ashley Hunt was leaning over across me with her little bitty skirt on, and they just kept shooting. When Channy told me I could land my plane on her landing strip. I was sitting next to my mom, and I just kind of sunk down in the seat because I didn't think that would air. But you know, for the most part, it's really been, you know, my parents know me, and it's you know, been a blessing to get to watch that with them, and you're actually going to get to meet them, you know, on the last episode. You know, the last 5 or 6 women. You know, I would be, any one of those 6, I would be lucky. You know, lucky to wind up with. And, you know, I had to let women go because it's, you know, I mean, it's not big love.
Did it surprise you that you could have feelings for so many women?
Yes. Because the world tells you that you can't, you know, the human heart can be in love. And when I you know, my definition of in love is like if I told you I'm in love with you, that means I will die to make you happy. I will lay my life down for yours. You know, you are more important than me. And I felt that way, you know, for more than one girl at the same time, and it is so freaking confusing. Because you can't do that. I mean, I didn't believe we were engineered to do that, and I was so wrong.